Welcome everybody, I'm the Sorrow and we're back with week 5 of Soldier Association, taking on Gawd Bear and the Chicago Falinks with the team of Tornadus Fury and Hydrapple, Twitchcantera, Samurai Tisui, Annihilate, Excadrill, Phasodipity, Ferrigaraf, which can also Terra, Galvantula, Glastrier, and Hippopotas. For us, in order to counter, starting us off is our protective pads, Urshifu this week with Wicked Blow, Close Combat, Set Headbutt, and Sword Stance. Phasodipity is a really good switch into Wicked Blow and CC, and could have like a Rocky helmet on, which is why protective pad, so I don't take recoil from that with Zen Headbutt. And last is Sword Stance, because if we get the likes of Tornadoes and Galvantula out of the way and set up a Sword Stance, we basically have a pretty good shot of just running through my opponent. Next up is our Alolan Ninetales with choice specs on, with Timid Nature, Max Speed to always outspeed the Galvantula. We've got Blizzard, Moonblast, Aurora Veil, and we've got Baton Pass to switch out basically. Like Ice and Fairy is basically all I need in this matchup for coverage, so that's really good. And Baton Pass obviously there for the momentum, and Veil if I get a return to set it up, that's also cool. Next up is Kilo Wattrel, which we picked up this week. So we dropped Dawnfan, we've dropped Dawnfan, we've dropped who else did we drop? I'm stupid. Sorry about that. But we made some transactions basically, right? So yeah, we dropped Vikavolt, Amoonguss, and Dawnfan, and picked up Toxtricity, Toadscroll, and Kilowattrel. Here you only see one of the three in Kilowattrel with Discharge, Hurricane, U-Turn, and Roost. Is the moveset. Enough speed to basically outspeed I think a Modest Tornadus is what this is for. And also this also should outspeed the likes of Galvantula, etc. So really, really good. They are specially defensive because it comes in on like flying moves, or on like the Spadef basically is for that. And then we've got Discharge for Paralysis, Hurricane because it hits really hard, U-Turn for Momentum, and Roost of course. Coming up next we have Heavy Duty Boots, Skeldash with Terra Grass this week, because once Thorn is gone, becoming a Grass type is actually really good for me. So there's definitely that. Torchstone, Will-O-Wisp, Hacks, and Slack Off, physically defensive, pretty standard set overall. Yeah, not much more to say about Dirge. Next up, Adamant Beartic with enough speed to outspeed a Timid Tornadus if snow is up. Icicle Spear with loaded dice. After a Sword Dance actually has a chance to just one-tap a non-bulky Annihilate, for example, so that's a really cool calc to keep in mind with 4 hits. If I get 5, it's dead anyway. Earthquake in Close Combat and Terra Fight are just really, really good into my opponent, I think, here. Like, as you know how the saying goes, what do you have for a well-played Beartic? And yeah, so most of the time is not much at all. Yeah, just hoping this can put in the finest of work. And last but not least, we have a Shelter, physically defensive Gura with Shelter, Body Press, Fire Blast for coverage, and Heavy Slam. We've got a Relaxed Nature on, so we don't lose any attack power on this, because like we're actually using 3 different stats to attack our opponent, like our defense, our special attack, and our attack, so which is pretty cool. Yeah, like if I get through their what's your face, if I get through their like Hydrapple and their and get rid of the Excadrill, we have a Sugar Barrier for the Excadrill as well, so if they Earthquake us, we live and kill. Like if this gets a Shelter up with the Sugar on, it actually might just win us the game in the end. And yeah, that's gonna be the team. I shall get connected to Gawd Bear, and I shall see all of you in the battle. And there we are, everybody, with our battle versus Gawd Bear. I have to do this from post-com, because I wasn't a call with someone at the time this was played. Yes, which I couldn't move, but yeah. So, but I've got the footage here, got the recording. So we will just comment after the fact. As you can see, they brought Phasodipity, Excadrill, the Hydrapple, Annihilate, Samurott, and a Tornadus. So yeah, pretty much pretty much what I would expect here. So yeah, as you can see, I will just decide to lead off with Ninetales, I think, or with Kilo. Actually, yeah, no, I think I went I think I should have went Ninetales in the end, if I remember correctly. Yep, there we go. Lock in the team and be done. So let's hop on right in. Also, since like I've had a hell of a week, this video is coming up a day late, unfortunately. Also, will not feature all that much editing. I will basically just put this footage out here and upload it, I think, this week. Really sorry about that, but it just really pressed for time this week. We'll be back next week, of course, with all the graphics, etc. Yeah, but just so you know, for this week, we kinda can't. As you can see, the lead of Hydrapple, this can Terra, so it probably will. On the off chance it doesn't, I will probably still just launch a Blizzard here. Is what I think I should do. Like Terra Fairy is really likely, is what I thought here, because Terra Fairy actually is really good into me. And yeah, there we go. Yep, there we are. There, indeed, we are. Actually, not Terra Fairy, Terra Electric, which is even worse for me somehow, because I didn't bring Toad Scroll. Yeah, Blizzard comes off, doesn't do much. They Giga Drain, get most of that back. Yeah. So, also from the damage we did, it's easy to assume that this is AV, which is what I precisely did in that moment. Basically, what I can do here right now, because I kind of don't want to switch this into a like I for sure don't want to go Beartic here on a potential like dragon move. I have a Spadef Skelly which I could go to. Could also just go Gouda because it's Sap Zipper. Yeah. In hindsight, obviously I should have put Earthquake over Heavy Slam on this most likely, because Earthquake also hits like Phasantipity. But yeah, hindsight is always strong, right? As I'm taking my sweet little time to think here, what I want to do. And yeah, at the end of the day, I think I'll just bring in, yeah, okay, so I go Kilo here, which is a good mid-ground, because it should take a Giga Drain relatively well. There we go. Take Giga Drain again. Don't do much damage at all. Of course, I still get HP back. This thing's also regenerated, so really, really annoying for my team. Can't do much more than just the U-turn on out here. Yeah. Which is, I think, precisely what I'll do. Not really a reason to do something else there. Also, as you can see, also contemplating just to hard swap again into my Gudra here, but U-turning basically does the same and gets some chip. There we go, U-turn. Kilo comes back to me, and I think now I should just go into my Gudra here, which I should have gone right away to actually, so yeah. Not my best play overall, but yeah, it's what it is. I'm gonna bring it in here. Come on. Actually, I'm gonna go Ninetales. Interesting. Actually, quite a while ago I've played this battle, so yeah, they Dragon Pulse me here because actually, yeah, I was predicting the Dragon Pulse to, or like a Fickle Beam or a Draco or whatever to come off. And I'm just gonna decide to set up Aurora Veil. As they just Giga Drain to basically, I think, get back to full. Nah, almost. Okay, not quite. Yeah, gonna swap out on here. Bring in Gudra now. There we are. Yep, get my Sap Zipper here. A nice little attack boost for my Heavy Slam. And I think I'm just gonna click Shelter. There we go. Really nice animation, by the way. Really love that. And they just Dragon Tail me out. So they're Dragon Tail, which is smart. So Dragon Pulse, Dragon Tail, Giga Drain, and something. Let's see who comes in here. They bring in my Ursh. I'm still behind a Veil, so I'm not quite. So I think I'm okay with just throwing off a Zen Headbutt here, basically predicting Phasantipity to want to swap in. Could also SD up here, which is also worth considering. In the end, though, I think just actually just and as they switch on as they hard switch out here, Bonk Punch. That's Faz. Yep, that's Faz. SD comes off. Veil is up, but player of a Moonblast obviously still does a lot, so I kind of don't want to risk that and lose like all my HP on my Urshifu. So I'm actually gonna take the precaution to swap one out. Again, with the calc in mind, I think I was fine staying in. Yeah, I think I was fine staying in actually and just throwing for Zen. I have a flinch chance. I probably don't one shot if this is like Fizz Death. But I have a flinch chance. I should live a hit behind Veil because this thing isn't particularly strong offensively. So I think behind Veil I should actually have been able to take a hit as they just Moonblast. Yeah. Gouda thankfully takes nothing. Veil goes away. On this, probably Hydrapple wants to come out. Just gonna Shelter up again. They U-turn, which is good play. They're faster. So let's see who comes in here. I would assume it's just the Hydrapple again, because that thing's annoying, right? So we'll see who wants to come out here. Lucky Roo, that's not Hydrapple actually, that's the Annihilate. As I get my Shelter off, still not a very favorable matchup, right? So I think here, Kilo is a pretty good switch in into this, because it threatens it with Hurricane, and or scares it out. So I'm gonna go Kilo. I think they will, if I remember correctly, I think they should Drain Punch me here. Rage Fist isn't buffed yet, so it doesn't do much. Actually, they Taunt, which is a good play. Taunt is also a really good play. It's fine, however. I think I kind of have to throw off a Hurricane, but also they never stay in and give me this, right? Yeah, so they switch out probably into Hydrapple again because it's annoying. Yeah, Shanks is the Hydrapple. I really hate facing this. Like, Hydrapple with Terra is such a menace in draft, I think. So this is really, like, just a really good Pokemon. It's so annoying to break, especially in like an open Terra format where I can't specifically prep. Like, this could easily have been Terra Fairy as well, to like take hits from Urshifu Bessa. Sorry for my German coming through there. To take hits from Urshifu better is the correct word here. Obviously, I'm looking for. I have Earthquake on Beartic, right? So I could go Bear here and just threaten this with an Earthquake, like do a shit ton of damage. But at the end, I'm gonna go Ninetales, I think. I should go Ninetales, right? Like Ninetales, get my Snow up, or just Urshifu to like threaten this immediately. Like this thing, like they want to keep this healthy, and they can never one-shot Urshifu with anything if they Dragon Pulse and not Draco Meteor. So I think Urshifu is a good play here. And basically because they never want to take a Wicked Blow here is what I'm getting at. Zen Headbutt, like obviously the Faz is the switch in here. So yeah, they switch out. Phasantipity would need to be max defense, which would mean I'm faster to not be two-shot by this, by the way. Zen comes off. And we do a ton of damage with a crit. Actually a huge crit, because without that crit that thing would still be over half, which to me reveals it's physically defensive and would not have died to even +2 Zen without a crit, right? So, yeah. really, really good crit. Bad crit for my opponent, of course. Sorry about that. Crits always suck, right? Crits are never cool. I will just then again they switch out, which is smart. Let's see who comes in. Lime juice. I think that's Torn. Yep, Torn. Then comes off. Does good damage here. Obviously my main switch in is Kilo. Like they could use, like obviously U-turn is like an obvious play, but I can't risk Urshifu at this point. I have a Kilo to switch in, which is precisely what I will do. So yep, Kilo comes in, and they do the smart thing and just U-turn. Should have stayed in. No, I should correct that. I could have stayed in. I really shouldn't have. Because if they just go for Bleak Wind and I die, it would have thrown away my best Pokemon for no reason. This comes in, probably attempting to roost on me. This might just try to roost on me, so I'm gonna throw off a Hurricane. And they actually make a double switch here, which is good play as well. Probably the stupid Hydrapple coming out again. Hurricane hits, which is actually surprising, but obviously with AV and this being electric now, does nothing. Like nothing at all. Which is unfortunate. I think I'll just trying to roost here basically. If they attack me, they go for Dragon Pulse anyways. And I should tank Dragon Pulse rather well, so get some HP back on Kilo, which I think is a good play. There we go. And actually just Dragon Tail me out, which is... It's actually just surprisingly... I did not expect it to do that much given I'm max HP. However, yeah, I'm getting switched into Urshifu, which is actually pretty good. So, yeah. Wicked Blow, I think, is pretty free now with Faz weakened. No clue what I was looking at there, by the way. Yeah, Wicked Blow will come out. Obviously, Faz is an obvious switch, but me knowing this Faz Antipathy does not have any speed. Because if it had, it would have taken way more damage from the Zen Headbutt. Like, to outspeed my Urshifu, it would have to be damn nearly max. They say to take the Wicked Blow, actually, which is good. And Dragon Tail me again. That's fine. I'll take damage on this. Ideally, I get sent into Beartic now. Which I actually do. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and here I think just switching into Ninetales because like I could Icicle Spear raw here, of course. But I think that would potentially give Annihilate like a lot of boosts to Rage Fist, which I not necessarily want. Worst case, I click SD and they Dragon Tail me again. They could also just stay in a Giga Drain, which I'm fully aware of. So this is actually kind of a tough turn. I'm ending up going with the SD here. They switch out because they don't want to lose this. Because I think Earthquake or even Terra Fight CC would have just murdered you. Lucky Rule, that's the ape coming back out. We SD up here, right? Which is good. And yeah, and then I'm gonna Terra Fight as a means of not dying to a close combat if this has it. And then I will just go ahead and throw off this Icicle Spear because this is unboosted, has a pretty good chance of killing. And yeah, we'll see what happens next here. Like, obviously I know what happened because I played a battle, right? But, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna Terra, so we're gonna Terra here. Get rid of our weakness to fighting. Because the fighting move is very likely to come out here. I'm not resisting it with Terra Fight, but I'm actually still decent into it. Yeah, they Drain Punch me here. Still does a good amount, I think. And Icicle Spear comes off. And as you can see by the damage, we're looking at a beautiful, beautiful 4 Spear KO. There we go. So Beartic picking up that crit didn't matter, of course. Yeah, so that crit didn't matter. We kill it, which is beautiful, and then we'll just swap on. Sorry, and get a first kill of the battle. Beartic picking off the Annihilate, which is pretty good. Gigantic threat done. Like if that thing gets us some bulk ups or anything, it's really, really hard for me to deal with. Torn coming out is obvious here. There we go. Yep. Oh, that's actually the Exca. I should just go Kilo on this, honestly. Like, no way you Earthquake on... well, actually, like, they could Earthquake, obviously. So that's definitely something that could happen here. So I think Kilo is still a reasonable switch in. Yep, there we go. There we go. Swap in our Kilo Outtro. There we are. Yeah, EQ comes off, does nothing, of course. I'm just U-turn on. I'll just U-turn on this to break a potential focus sash if they have one, which they very well could. It might have, given that I didn't like, given that my hazards aren't the greatest. Like I only have Toad Screw for spikes and some T-spikes. T-spikes, obviously, this thing doesn't care about. I didn't bring Toad Screw, so they could be sashed in this situation. Yeah, I'm just gonna U-turn on out. Get in my Ninetales. Get up my Snow, basically. As they Earthquake again, good play. Which obviously will kill us here. Yeah, good Earthquake by my opponent. Kilo obviously doesn't touch this all that much, but I get my Beartic in for free now, basically. So I'll basically say, give me a Pokemon here. Like, no way you hard swap a Torn into a potential Icicle Spear from this. Yeah, that just Terra Fight CC looks really good as well, so... Gonna throw up the Earthquake still. Again, no way you switch in your Tornadus here. So yeah. So this is forced out because I don't think this is Scarfed. Actually no, I know it isn't Scarfed because my Kilo it's bad. And even if it would be Scarfed in that instance, I'm still faster because I'm EV to outspeed a Tornadus. And you probably would creep a Scarfed Excadrill for my Kilo Outtro, I think, if it was Scarfed, so I should be faster still. Yeah, there's the switch here. Good play. Yes, up. That's it's the Samu. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, we're just gonna Earthquake this. Do a ton of damage. And yeah, I have a pretty free close combat here, I think. Yeah, like I think they predicted me to Icicle Spear here, which is a smart move. But yeah, as you can see me here thinking about my next move, I think I should always CC this. There we go, close combat comes off. Goodbye, Samu. So no Ceaseless Edge, no spikes from my opponent, which is good. Beartic picking off another KO, really happy about that, of course. And yeah, Beartic going strong in this matchup here, which I'm really happy with. Let's see, there in comes the Torn again. So I think, okay, I think, like, me thinking, yeah, I'm just getting a kill here, but actually go for Bleak Wind Storm and outspeed me because they're Choice Scarf. Turns out it is Choice Scarf Tornadus, which I did not expect at all. So really good play by my opponent. Scarf Torn picks off my Beartic. Yeah, really sad, of course. Make me actually pretty sad to lose my Beartic like this, but oh well, it is what it is. Knowing this is Scarf and locked into Bleak Wind, I think Goodra is rather free. Which I think I should go Goodra here, right? Actually, deciding to go Kilo, which is also a play one could realistically make. Because again, they're locked into Bleak Wind, and Bleak Wind doesn't do anything to Kilo. So I should get a free U-turn here, basically, because they're faster, right? I should just get my free U-turn here. Could also Hurricane or Discharge, but Excadrill is a kinda obvious switch. Yeah, they just swap out. Like either Exca or the Hydrapple comes out here. Shanks said it's Hydrapple again. This is annoying. Not gonna say anything else, but this annoying Mon. Yeah. Comes out. I'll get my I'll just throw my Ursh. I think I'm just gonna throw Urshifu again. Because again, the Fez is pretty dead. So I have a free Wicked Blow here and can just pick Fezandipity afterwards with the what's your name? With the Sun Headbutt I've got on. Also, my opponent expected me to be Iron Head Urshifu. And I think they revealed to me after they had like the Beery Berry on the Faz. But yeah, I've got no reason to not click Wicked Blow here. There's a million to everything. Like, if Torn comes in here, it takes a lot. Which is good. Also, they know I'm SD. So they should just... They should just go and swap. Actually, stay in, take the Wicked Blow. Do some Giga Drain damage to me. No, actually Dragon Pulse me. Good play. But Urshifu can tank. Yeah, no reason not to click it again. I know they will switch out here, but I have no... Like, of course I could have Zen headbutted here, but I think that just would create openings for like Excadrill to come in for free. Yeah, they go Faz here. Wicked Blow comes off. They will obviously tank this, as they do. And here I should probably have just Wicked Blowed again, because I think it kills. But I'm kind of scared of getting like a Min Roll or something and not killing, so I went for a Zen, which obviously can miss, which would be bad. They could try to pivot, they don't. Zen comes off, picks off the Faz, so another annoying Pokemon gone. Wicked Blow is insanely free now, basically, is what I'm getting at. Obviously Tornadus will come in here, which is a giant threat. Actually, no, it's just the Hydrapple. Yeah, I think at this point I'm just keep Wicked Blowing. Like, just Wicked Blow again. Probably Close Combat was the better play here, actually, because it's stronger and... Like, not stronger per se, but I could get a crit. Like, if I get a CC crit, this dies. They also might just be in here for the Regenerator on this, which is smart, honestly, because... Like, that thing's a problem. That thing is a big problem. I think my scenario to win here is basically to get my Gudra set up all the way. And then have Gudra, like, die. Like, I hope Gudra can win this in the late game. Yeah, I'm just gonna Wicked Blow here. Do a billion again. I really need this to be low. Like, I really need this to be low HP, so... Yeah, Wicked Blow comes off again. They kill me with Giga Drain here. I basically get in my Gudra now. As I think this should be in body press range. I hope. Actually, with the recovery, it might not. Could also, I'm also contemplating Fire Blasting here into X, like to catch like a Tornadus coming in. So that's definitely something. Which is what I'm gonna lock the Fire Blast. Do nothing. Get a burn, which is nasty, honestly. Which actually helps out my Skeleturge later, or would help out Skeleturge later, basically. Yeah, they detail me out of here. I would like to get Skeleturge out now. But and actually I do get Skeleturge out, which is cool. Like, I don't think they will sack this here. Torch Song looks really good. Well, I'll just go for that. They obviously have a really free Tornadus here, right? Or, not free, but... They have a Tornadus they can go to here. Maybe I should have Will-O-Wisp, but... Get my Torch Song, get my Chip. Not as much as I would like to. I'm just gonna click Torch Song again because I don't have a great switch to this. And also I want damage on this, so... There's that. I have Dark Pulse, which is a really good bring. I take that actually above half, so but it's a, like it, of course, you can see with the HP, this is a roll to kill me. And I think they actually got a pretty low roll on this first Dark Pulse. If I remember the calcs correctly. But again, I don't have a real good switch here. Skelders without Terra doesn't beat Excadrill, it doesn't really beat Hydrapple. So, that's a tough spot, honestly. Could go Kilo, but I think Kilo gets 2-hit KO'd. I think. So this might be a I just hope for the roll scenario here. Because from the Rage Kills it doesn't take 2 Dark Pulses, I don't think. I'm gonna go for it regardless here, because I kinda wanna sack Skeleturge, which is But yeah, probably should have just stayed in with Skelly here, as the Dark Pulse. Actually, then wouldn't kill me, so I get a U-turn here. Obviously they can't just afford to stay in and go for the flinch, which they smartly don't, they just get Regenerator on Torn, which is smart as well. Yeah, they just go Hydrapple again. U-turn comes off. I think I kinda have to go Goodra here, or I think I want Goodra as well, so yeah. I think Goodra should be the play here, I think. They obviously could Dragon Tail me out, but also like actually I'm going so I think actually my play there was to go Goodra and hope they hard switch out on me Dragon Tailing or Body Pressing. Sorry, no, sorry, I'm stupid. So I think the best play would be to go Goodra here and either press and hope they switch out and not or actually to shelter up, or try to get a Body Press or like a Heavy Slam going. And Skelly will always just hard swap. Back to Torn, I assume. Yep. So yeah, I think not the optimal play for me there. I think Goodra was better. Because I could just Body Press Raw, have them go Torn, don't do much to me at all, and then try and win that way. Right? Hero was really worried about him just U-turning on me. But again, now Kilo for sure gets 2-hit KO'd from the HP it's at, so I kinda don't have a switch. If that's not Goodra, and we don't want to go Goodra, they pulse here, they get the roll, which is completely fine because again they low rolled their first one, so I can't complain about like bad luck on my end there, so that's totally fine. This is most of the time it's a 2-shot, it's heavily in their favor to 2-shot me here, so yeah. And basically now I have to go Goodra. I think I have to shelter. Obviously they go Hydrapple here. It's unfortunately this Hydrapple is at way too much HP for one Body Press to kill, so they have a free Dragon Tail here. Again, Dragon Tail on this is such a good bring. It's such a good bring. Really, yeah. Body Press is all I have from that spot. It comes off. Unfortunately it doesn't kill. They Dragon Tail me, which is the only play. I think here I make like. And in this, but again in this spot, I should have. In this spot, I'm bringing in my Kilo, because obviously it's the only thing left, other than my Goodra. And yeah, I mean, I honestly should have U-turned here, because U-turning back to my, yeah, that's the Excadrill. Because basically, had I U-turned here. I basically getting Goodra on their drill can just Body Press once. I can just Body Press Raw once. I'm gonna end up missing the Hurricane, which is really bad. As the story stands, and from this point, I think you can imagine what happens right now because at +2 Goodra does not tank the Earthquake even with the Shuka. Basically here I'm just Hurricaning for a chance at a confusion, which I don't get. Rapid Spin smart, they kill me here. And yeah. I don't think even Shuka Berry, because this is an Adamant Excadrill, not even Shuka will save me at this point. There's also no point in setting up on this, because I can't. So I have to kind of Body Press them and pray. But obviously, as you will see shortly, like even with the Shuka here, at +2 this is too strong. basically is what I'm getting at. At neutral, I would have tanked quite comfortably, but at +2, no chance. So we're gonna take a 3-0 loss here. Still, I think we made it as close as we could. Kind of had some non-optimal plays. It is what it is. 2 and 3 now. With still an equal differential, so we still got a shot at this. So nothing's lost yet. Thank you all very much for watching. GG's, well played to Gawd Bear, of course. Well-deserved victory for you. You had me there with that Hydrapple set. Yeah, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, and all that good stuff. And until next time, guys, have a good one.